You're listening to the PT Pintcast, where smart people in healthcare come to make noise. Here's your host, Jimmy McKay.
Founder of Flex Health Consulting, Dr. Lisa Flexner is on the show. Thank you for giving me time. We're doing like the put glutes in seats.
Yes.
If you've ever been to even a small, like if you've been to any conference with more than one track, right? So it's not like a roller coaster where you just sit down and that's the only thing. So if you've been to anything with more than one track, there's a couple kinds of avatars there. There's the person who, before they even buy their ticket, they've planned out what they're doing on what day. That person is a freak of nature. I do not understand that person. You have the absolute extreme, which is kind of me, which is like you walk into the lobby and you meet your friends. You're like, how are you? Like, I'm good. Like, where are you going? And you're like, oh, what's the app again? Haven't downloaded the app. Haven't looked at programming.
Nice.
Then you have like some middle ground where it's like, I've got 3 picked and I'll just gut reaction or I'll go to this one. But if it's not what I think in the first 10 minutes, I'll leave or whatever. But what I wanted to do is like, how can you give people who are coming to CSM a peek around the corner to be like, what is this? Like, and what you really want to do is you want to rule in people who should be there. You also want to rule people out. If you're the person like, this isn't for you. If you're expecting this, there's not that, right?
Right.
So that's what I want to do. So Lisa, first of all, how do I introduce to you just really what your company is or whatever? But how do you introduce yourself when you're in like a, happy hour at CSM? What do you like put forward? What's your log line, your pitch? What do you got?
My pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're already here. You pitched.
So I'm a former academic. I'm a practicing clinician, and I'm a consultant focused on workforce well-being and helping build organizations and people for the long term. So I want our clinicians. What?
Who do you work with? Like, who would hire you and help you, and who would you help?
I work with organizations in healthcare and some healthcare adjacent fields. So like Parks and Rec, or skilled nursing facilities, assisted living facilities.
So okay, wait. So Parks and Rec would hire you?
Yeah.
To keep their employees from getting injured?
No, actually, no. It's very different. It's workforce well-being. So it's not thinking about injury. It's thinking about how is the mission being used to support you or to break you.
Oh.
Yeah. So in a lot of mission-driven organizations, right, we lean into this idea of the mission is everything, and we give everything of ourselves to that mission. That's part of what causes moral injury in healthcare, but it's also causing that same moral injury and that same burnout that we see. And those are two different things, by the way. But it's causing moral injury and burnout in other affiliated organizations where you've got a lot of pressure to perform with not very many resources. So Parks and Rec is one, but also nonprofit organizations, particularly focused around health or health equity, in senior living facilities, those sorts of organizations. So it's definitely not a healthcare unique problem, but I come from healthcare. My passion is healthcare. I want clinicians to stay clinicians or to leave because they're doing something interesting like you.
Yeah, I'm weird. But so it's not, let me take a wild guess. Lisa, of what the answer isn't. It's not pizza parties. Am I right?
It's not pizza parties.
I feel like pizza parties would even make it worse.
Yes, absolutely make it worse.
Okay, so that's what your talk is focused on at CSM, I'm guessing? No.
I have 3 talks and none of them are on that. I know.
Okay.
I know.
So which one do you want to talk about first? I, on purpose, it sounds like I didn't do my homework because I'm lazy. Turns out I actually find it better when I don't have the curse of knowledge. So when I barely know about it, I'm like, why would I do the research? I've got Lisa. So first of all, 3 talks accepted. I mean, that's not easy. So good on you.
I have great partners.
Okay, good.
And I have a lot of fun talking. So
that's my cheat code too. I've spoken at CSM several times, never submitted. I'm always like, hey man, you want to come on board? I'm like, yeah, you do the work. I'll show up. I'll riff a little, then I'll leave. And
I love it.
I was the same way in PT school with like group projects. I'm like, here's what we're going to do. we're going to do a little bit, you're going to do a lot of the work, I'm going to do some of the work, but then I'm going to do all the presentation. And a lot of my classmates were like, deal, I don't want to do any of the presentation. I'll zhuzh it up. All right, so let's go through these one at a time. Here's your Lisa is scoring a hat trick at CSM with 3.
Yeah.
Which one do we hype machine first?
So we're going to go in order because why not?
Why not? Chronological. Good. So on what day, what time, what title? Go.
So all 3 are on Thursday. So we're going to start in the morning, then we're going to go to the middle, then we're going to go to the end of the day. It's going to be a long day.
You are going to be on the floor at the end of the day because presenting's so easy. Or do you get juiced up by it?
I get totally juiced.
Yeah, me too. I'm energized. All right. But we will see you at the bar at the end, though, because that's where we go.
Yes.
All right. So Thursday, CSM, that's the 12th. It's the 12th.
It's the 12th. Thursday, the 12th.
What time is the first one? And then go. Just have at
morning session. So I believe that starts at 8.
Nice.
8 or 8:30.
Nice.
Right in the morning. Thank God it's on the West Coast for once.
It is.
So I'm on the West Coast and the East Coast ones are always brutal. Okay, so that one is called Okay Boomer, Meet Gen Z.
I like it. I like it already. I'm leaning in. You have my attention. Now hit me.
Fantastic. It's an intergenerational panel. So basically kids these days, am I right?
These kids with their TikTokies.
Oh my God. Nobody wants to work hard anymore. But here's the thing that's so false.
Such a cop-out too.
It is. What we're talking about is culture change in the world and in your organization. And it's also about life stages. So I actually found a quote. I love this. I found a quote from the American Physical Therapy the American Psychological Association's magazine, Monitor.
Okay.
And so the quote is all about how kids don't like to work, and they actually do like to work really hard, but they're going to jump jobs. And wow, it's really, they're just not loyal to their employers anymore. And it's not about the pay. And it read like it was straight up Gen Z. What do you think the date was on that article?
Was it? I hope it wasn't recent, but was it recent?
No, it's 2002 and talking about my generation.
Look at that. So what you're getting at is every previous generation has said this about the generation after that. These kids today is a cliche for a reason.
Exactly. It has to do with brain development, and it has to do with where you are in your life stages and what's most important to you. What's most important to me now as a 50-year-old is not what was important
wildly
to me as a
different.
55-year-old.
Right.
And
but also imagining the world has changed. Like when my parents wanted me to do when I graduated from college was find a job that I was going to work for 20, 25 years. And I was like, I'm okay with that. But like, is it cool? Do I like it? Am I engaged? Right. And if I'm not, I'm leaving. And they were like, you don't leave. That looks bad on your resume. Now someone working somewhere for 6 months and leaving, I would almost say it's not a red flag. It might not even be a yellow flag. It might be like, you read and recognized that's a green flag for getting out.
Right. And that is how the individuals approach it, but it's not necessarily how the employers approach it.
Correct. Of course not.
It should be. It should be, because what you want is culture fit, right?
So describe culture fit. I agree with you. Make sure people understand. Like, just give them at a high level. What's culture fit? Culture. We gave you a T-shirt with the logo, and we gave you a name tag. That's you have culture. That's not it, though.
No, it's about missions and values. And so what is the mission of your organization? What are the values of your organization? And more importantly than what you say, how do you walk that talk? Right?
Culture is the stuff, and culture and brand are similar, not the same, but they're what people will say about you when you're not in the staff meeting or the annual retreat. It's that feel. It's how we talk about it. And here's the funny part is you can do a lot as an organization or a team or a family to try to create it, but it's ultimately the audience decides, right?
It's the promise you're making, right? If brand
like
is the promise you're making to your customers.
I like that a lot.
The promise you're making to your employees.
I like
that. Are you delivering on your promise?
And if you're not, people leave. Or they think about leaving, or they slow down, or they check out. I imagine. By the way, I'm guessing at these. You correct me when I'm wrong.
No, you are spot on, and it's okay because you can have a culture that's about high throughput, and you can have a
what is throughput? What is throughput?
Productivity.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. You can
Yeah.
have, got it. Keep
Right.
going.
You can have a culture that is about high productivity and about like seeing the max number of patients. And that's okay, as long as you hire people who want to work in that setting.
Ding, 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 ding. Yes. And that, okay, good. Now that's a real world example of culture fit. Because if you hire someone who's not okay with that, that company sucks. And I'm using air quotes, but you hired the wrong person. We'll talk about this off air, but I have had a couple jobs where like I have been hired for doing something, and then I got there, and I use baseball analogies. I was like, you hired me because I was a contact hitting leadoff hitter who played first base, and you had me batting eighth and playing third
Outfield.
left field. And I'm like, my man, you might as well send me up to play with no bat. And you're, and then, oh, by the way, and then every month you're like, how come you have no hits? And I'm like, there's no bat. I'm hitting right-handed, and you know, like, so it's not a shock when you look at it from like when you say, at least it sounds easy, but it's simple probably, but not easy.
Exactly. It's simple, but not easy.
So what is your talk? Who is your talk for? Is it for the clinician? Is it for the owner? Is it for both?
It's for a little bit of both. And it's not my talk, actually. It's a panel.
Oh, who's on? Who are your wing people?
We have Holly Brown, who is a student at Duke.
Ooh,
right now.
Student stepping up. Good for her. Ooh, look at her.
Stepping up. I know. She's getting her first
look at that.
ESM presentation as a student.
Good.
So she's going to be amazing. She's an incredible human. And we've got Devin Moore, Dr. Devin Moore. She's amazing.
I feel like I know Devin Moore. Yeah. I know Devin Moore. I think.
Yeah, go ahead.
From the interwebs. I think I know Devin Moore.
Yeah. So both of them are Rising Tide scholars.
There we go. Okay, good.
Yeah. And I met them last year at Graham Sessions.
Just give a quick nod of just explain to someone who doesn't know what Rising Tide scholarship is, and Heidi.
The Rising Tide Scholar program is this amazing program that Heidi Jennings has put together to help support folks who come from non-traditional backgrounds into physical therapy. So people who are from underrepresented groups, to help improve and diversify the profession.
Like a random radio DJ who showed up at PT and was like, I'm in the wrong spot, but maybe not people like, you know, maybe I'll just be over here and talk to myself.
Yeah. I mean, I get you, man. I came from tech industry.
But the point is, if those people aren't shown that there's a place for them, they won't even apply. They definitely won't come. And if they are here, they probably won't stick.
Right.
So that's what Rising Tide is. So we've done an entire episode on that, but I wanted to make sure. And people, it's spelled, it's with a Z, RIZING Tide, if you wanted more information. All right. So that's that.
And did I get it right? Since you did a whole episode on it, did I?
Yes. Yeah, of course. And here's the thing. That's the culture of Rising Tide. When it comes out of your mouth or Heidi's, it's probably going to sound a little different, but as long as the core is there, that's the point of what that should be, as long as we're aligned on the core, right? Yeah. All right. So you said it's for both. It's both the clinician, the owner, doesn't really matter. Yeah. What are people going to walk away like?
There's one more panelist. So I'm going to go back. So we've got Holly, we've got Devin. They are both Gen Z, but in different places in their career, student and 5-year out new grad.
Good.
And then we've got Stephanie Wayrock.
Wayrock.
Yep. And she is millennial mom, working clinician, business owner, private practice powerhouse, was on APT non-com. I don't know when this woman sleeps.
She also plays like the cello. No, she plays like an odd instrument. Ask her about that. I can't remember what it was.
Know that, and I will definitely.
Plays like the violin of a cello or the oboe, something.
Yeah.
Odd, like in a good way. All right, so good. You have the avatars of the people that you're talking about while you're very meta, like very Seinfeld. So don't give away everything, but let's give away, like, let's tease, right? What's someone going to feel? What's someone going to learn, walk out being able to do? Like, why should they get up early if they're in LA and come to this? Boom.
Well, I mean, most of you are coming from other time zones, so
this is like 11:30 for you.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be like lunch. So don't just come.
Sweat it.
You're going to be awake. No, it's going to be a great conversation where we really dive into some assumptions about the different generations and try and bust those myths and find more similarities than differences between us.
I like that Venn diagram where you're like, we're so different. I'm like, half of the circle crosses. You actually are saying the same thing in different ways. And when you're saying these kids don't, what you actually mean is this, but they do agree with that. So you're going to line it all up. And I'm guessing you're going to have references. Like you're going to be like, hey, this isn't just my experience. We can prove it.
Yeah. So there's some good research on intergenerational workplaces and what works right now for Gen Z. But again, if you look back at the industrial organizational psych data from 20, 30, 40 years ago, it was working for Gen X too. Because it's about life stage, not generation. Nice. And then there are the unique things that are generational, right? So
like what? Give me like a tease. Like COVID. What is? Oh, COVID. Yeah. Yeah, man. Like that was imagine you were like a high school junior in 2020 exactly. And you had like half of your high school and half of those repetitions of meeting people and growing and learning how to communicate and be in a group are gone. You can't just be like, come on, you missed out, but like, learn it. That's how learning happened, but it didn't for a chunk of our population.
Exactly. And that's a great example. Like, what does that do to brain development? And what do employers need to think about then to help support that development a few years later in life? Yeah. Or if they're struggling with that connection? The reality is a lot of those folks really want connection.
Sounds like an organization who is nodding, going, okay, Lisa's got a point. I'll just do it myself. It's like, okay, what if you did that wrong? Mm-hmm. What would that cost a company, no matter what the setting, to constantly be hiring, which is expensive, training, which is expensive, losing, which is expensive. Sounds like if you hired someone, I'm writing your commercial for you, Lisa.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Sounds like if you hire someone who's like, hey, listen, I'm going to put a plan in place. And if you run this plan, I can show you with the data or the data. I don't know which one sounds smarter.
I like both.
We can prove that this will lead to better hiring decisions, better training, better retention.
Exactly. The more intentional you are with culture, the better. Because when you're intentional with culture, you can discuss it during the interview process. You can allow people to self-select out. You don't want to be the person being like, oh, you're not a culture fit, because there's too much opportunity for bias with that. And implicit bias can really limit the people that you are bringing into your organization who can make your organization stronger. But if you are explicit about your culture and how it shows up at work, those people can self-select out, saving you a lot of money.
Time, energy, money, disappointment, like money on the front end, money on the back end. Good companies, in my opinion, show this. They don't tell this. What I mean is, what's the first thing now we do when we might apply somewhere? I go to their website. What social platforms are you on? What are you saying? Because, what do we tell people? Mm-hmm. Oh, if you're going to interview somewhere, make sure you have questions to ask. How do you get the fuel for those questions? You should dig in. We do that. And if I can't figure out what the cologne of this company would smell like if they had a cologne, it means you're not giving me any vibes. You're not giving me you're not dropping me any nuggets to imagine what that looks like. Don't tell me, show me. If you can't show me, I can't see it, then I'm guessing and you're guessing. You're going to guess based on, he seems pretty okay. His camera was good. He wore a suit. Or he was 6 minutes late. Turned out his dog died. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're making arbitrary decisions. We're making arbitrary decisions for an important situation. That's red alert. That's red flag.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. So that's number one.
That's number one. That's the first one.
Let's take a breath. Oh, I know what we'll do. Let's read a sponsor. Let's thank the sponsors. Empower EMR, the EMR your clinic needs if you're stuck with an EMR that slows you down. You're going to interact with the EMR, like it or not, as a clinician, as an owner, more than the Messages app on your iPhone. Like it could give you speed, clean workflows, and features that you actually asked for, or it could give you, what's the opposite of speed? Slow, dirty workflows and things that you don't need. Kick the tires. This is a big decision. Better notes, faster documentation, and smoother operations would be great. All wrapped in a customer support that doesn't ghost you. upgrade your clinic's brain with Empower EMR. They know a decision is big, so they will walk you through it, let you kick the tires, let you test drive it. EmpowerEMR.com. That's EmpowerEMR.com. We are only 1/3 of the way through the Lisa Flexner experience at 2026 CSM. Where do we go next? Same day. What? Fast forward. How many hours? Do you get to eat between 1 and 2, or are you just going right to number 2?
Going right. Well, I think there's a half-hour break, which gives me time to get out of one and get to the next.
You're not going to make it to your flight. You're going to miss it. The gates are too far apart. All right. So hit me with the title, your co-conspirators, and.
All right. This one is fun. And this one, this was one of the ones that I got pulled in on, or this was the one that I got pulled in on. This is not my area of expertise. Okay. Because this talk is all substance. It's TED-style talks and a panel discussion on psilocybin, cannabis, and opioids.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. So I don't have a lot of questions because I don't know a lot about this. So help me. Who should go to this, and what are they getting?
Absolutely should go to this. So we've got experts in the field who understand both the therapeutic. Well, okay, let's back up here. Our patients are on drugs.
That's already the title of this episode. Keep going.
Right? Our patients are on drugs. Not all of them, but some of them. Right? And some of them are on it recreationally. Some of them are dealing with addiction, and some of them are using these same substances therapeutically. And we have an obligation to understand what these drugs are doing, how they're used therapeutically, and also how we can support the folks who are coming into our clinics. Because the first time somebody came into my clinic and said, I'm a functional addict,
what do you do?
I did not know what to do.
Right. Yeah, it's a big question. And you have to know what to,
and I was many years into my career.
Wow.
And I was just dumbfounded. So that's how I got involved. So I'll be moderating this group. So we've got Lori Zucker is talking about cannabis. We've got Mary Lou Galantino talking about psilocybin, and Stephen, I'm so sorry, I just forgot your last name and I don't have it written down right in front of me.
The lights are bright, don't worry.
Yeah, sorry.
He's so famous, he just goes by Stephen.
Yeah, it's true. And he's our lead. Oh,
it's okay.
Terrible. Is talking about opioids and just helped put together the opioid task force, or just finished the opioid task force for the state of New Jersey physical therapy. APTA New Jersey. There we go. And then Ellen Zambo Anderson, also from New Jersey, who is going to give kind of an intro. So that's the panel. And each of them will do a little TED talk. And then we're going to have a good discussion about what does that mean clinically?
Yes. Stephen Kinney.
Thank you.
I Googled it. Absolute
brain fart.
It happens to me 68 times a day. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So who should, so it says, you said TED Talk panel, right? So are you coming out and you're spitting fire for 10, 15, and someone else does that, and then a panel?
They are doing that, and then I am coming out with the panel moderation.
Nice. Oh, so you are you're the hostess with the mostess.
I'm good at talking.
Tie it all together. So that is 10:30 to noon. That is
10:30.
What section is that under? I'm always curious. Where does that fall?
That one's under leadership and innovation.
Oh, ALI, Academy of Leadership and Innovation.
Yeah, and it's part of leadership and innovation because Ellen and I are both on the leadership team for the physical therapy and mental health catalyst.
In ALI, which
is part of ALI. Yep.
And so ALI did a big rebrand. They were HPA, the catalyst. Now they are ALI. But I still, listen, even when you do a rebrand, you got to repeat it for 10 years. The Academy of Leadership and Innovation, if you've heard of LAMP.
Yep.
What is the acronym? Leadership and Management? Professional potential?
Yes. I
probably. LAMP. It's bright. People follow it. But my point is, make sure, I don't want to just throw out ALI, because then we have to understand a lot of people don't know ALI. ALI instrumental in helping throw a party with a purpose a few years ago at APTA San Diego. I'm probably going to do that again in the future. Not this year, but probably next year. Did I just reveal something? Yeah, but people aren't paying attention. It's okay.
I'm in.
Okay, so that's a cool one. I like that
and
talk.
One of the things I like most about ALI is it is the one section that truly crosses all other sections.
Yeah.
Right?
That's the problem with naming that. How do you name that?
Right.
Right? Like Academy of Leadership and Innovation is better than HPA the Catalyst.
Yes.
But I think like the idea of a catalyst is it adds to and increases or reduces the amount of energy needed to have an interaction.
Right.
I might be channeling chemistry from 11 years ago. I'm not sure how I'm doing this.
That is very impressive.
But it is hard to describe what the Academy of Leadership and Innovation is and does because it's not a vertical, it's a horizontal. If you're going to be in an org chart, it's going to touch all of them. It's not its own thing.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Anything else you wanted to say about that talk? You're going to learn about drugs. You're going to learn about drugs, kids.
Yeah, you really are. And you're going to learn about the therapeutic uses of them, but also what do we do when we have a recreational user or somebody dealing with addiction in our
what do we do with the red flag?
What do we do with that red flag? What's our legal obligation too? So then the afternoon session.
Now you get a break. You get 2 hours off because then this one is 2 p.m.
Yes. So that means I'll have just enough time to eat lunch before I have to get back into the next room.
Yeah. Go real quick. Fuel and hydrate.
I'm looking forward to Friday. Let me tell you. And whatever party is happening Thursday night, I am in.
I'm in.
Okay. So the final one is the wrap up of my passion project and my scholarship when I was a faculty member at Oregon State. So this is, it's called a Weighty Matter, and it's about how weight stigma hurts patients' outcomes and us. And the background on this is that before when I started at Oregon State, we didn't have a PT program yet. So I was teaching an undergrad exercise science kinesiology program.
Okay.
And my first class was a sociocultural dimensions of physical activity. I taught about physical activity and how it related to race, to gender, to socioeconomic status, to trans folks, all of this, the single most controversial topic I ever taught, every single year that I taught this, was whether you could be fit and fat.
Wow. Because so many visceral opinions or.
Yeah, exactly right. So there was so much visceral opinion within that class of undergrads training to do exercise science. And the truth is that weight is incredibly complex. And when you look at the research within the United States, it exists in a lot of spaces around physical therapy, but there wasn't much in physical therapy. Mm-hmm. In fact, there was at the time just one study that had ever been done in physical.
Well, I feel like it's like a news cycle. Back when I was on Twitter, it was the cycles were faster. Now I'm on nice Twitter, which is LinkedIn. Mm-hmm. I hope we don't ruin that one. This is why we can't have nice things, kids.
Right?
But every 8 to 12 months, it would come up and it would be like, would you trust would you trust a skinny chef? Yeah. And I'm like, yes. Like that's not helping your argument there.
Would you trust a fat PT? Because a lot
of
people
well, that's what they're trying to say. They were trying to say like this to that. Would you trust a fat trainer? And I'm like, and they would put it against the skinny chef. And I was like, yes, I would. Yes. Because I'm going after how they can cook the food I'm going to put in my mouth.
Right. And because the relationship with weight to health, with ill health, is actually not weight causative in most people, right? So yes, there are some cases where weight does cause ill health, but often it's a lagging indicator, not a leading indicator. So the ill health causes weight, and then you get into a negative feedback loop.
Oh, look at that.
It's not
so simple.
You happen to live in a large body and you have no health problems, and your medical markers are all golden. Mm-hmm. So that can be true too. And in fact, about 30% of the relationship between weight and ill health is purely from weight stigma. So that's what we're going to be talking about. It's not good for you. It's not good for your therapeutic alliance. It doesn't help you as a clinician. It doesn't help your patient. It keeps them out of the office.
Are you going to talk about is communication and how you even start this conversation with a patient? Is that on the docket?
Absolutely, because there are certain cases where it is important to talk about weight. Things like folks dealing with or where you're suspecting red S.
What is red S?
Red S is the old female athletic
triad.
It's not just women that get it. So it is. I can't remember what red S stands for, and you're going to look it up. So thank you.
Relative energy deficit in sport.
What?
Relative energy deficit in sport.
Right. So the elite athletes who are overtraining, the Tour de France riders. So if you're suspecting red S, you have to talk with somebody about their weight and their nutritional status.
And how do you do that? And how do you do that well?
Right. If you're dealing with someone with cancer and they're starting to lose weight, you have to be able to talk about weight. So there are absolutely ways where this is important.
And this one, we didn't even say the title because this one, a little more, not as punchy as all your patients are on drugs, but the title of this talk is what?
A Weighty Matter. Weight stigma hurts your patients, outcomes, and us.
I have seen a change. It's funny we're going back to Anaheim because that's where my first CSM was in 2016. It's 10 years later.
It is.
I have seen an improvement in the naming of sessions by 100, like almost like 100%. Like
so much more fun.
It only took a decade where it's like, hey, name it something cool that we can understand or might want to giggle at, or that makes me want to double click and open your thing. And maybe it's right for me, maybe it's not. So I like the fact, a Weighty Matter.
Maybe throw a little marketing in there.
Maybe we understand how brains work and we like a little novelty and LOLs, just even if we're serious.
Yeah, but also thank you, ChatGPT.
Yes, like use the tool.
Yeah.
Right? So your 3 talks. Okay, Boomer, Meet Gen Z, Bridging the Gap in Healthcare Teams. That's 8 a.m. This talk is all substance, TED Talks and panel discussion on cannabis, opioids, and psilocybin. Oh my. That would have been a nice.
Oh my.
Should have thrown the oh my in there.
I will totally use that on stage, by the way.
Good. Then 10:30, that's at 10:30. And these are all on Thursday, the 12th, by the way. And then again, 2 p.m. on Thursday, a Weighty Matter, how weight stigma and anti-fat attitudes impact patient experience and patient outcomes. Abby Gordon, and pronounce Sammy's last name for me.
Plezia.
Sammy Plezia. Those are your I don't call them co-presenters. I call them co-conspirators.
They are my co-conspirators.
Be seen as like a little bit of everything should be a rebellion, man. You're either trying to get people to do something, start doing something, or continue doing something. And that's a rebellion. Yeah,
exactly. And I want to give a shout out on that last one with Weighty Matter. Sammy and I were on a research team with a couple of faculty members and an undergrad research assistant from the University of Oregon. So big shout out to Nicole Kelly, Elizabeth Budd, and Isabella Facania for their work on the research that Sammy and I did that led to this talk.
Perfect. And then if someone's like, hey, she sounds like she knows what she's doing, where do you want people to go? And they're like, hey, I need a Lisa. Where do you want people to go? How do they find you?
I'm pretty active on LinkedIn, as you know. So that is a great place to find me, but they can also find me at flexhealthconsulting.com.
See what you did there. Played with your name, went with Flex. Mm-hmm. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
If you've listened to the show before, I'm assuming you might have listened to it once. We have a tradition. It's called the parting shot. You ready for the parting shot?
Give me the parting shot.
Let's do it.
This is the parting shot. One last mic drop moment. No pressure. Just your legacy on the line.
No pressure, just your entire legacy on the line. Do you want to say thanks to a sponsor keeping the lights on? U.S. Physical Therapy, a national network of clinics focused on developing clinicians, not burning them out. Leadership tracks, mentorship, career growth, and the stability to build your future in PT. If that sounds like it's something you'd want to lean into, take a peek. If you want a place that supports how you want to practice, take that look with U.S. Physical Therapy at usph.com. That's usph.com. Stage is yours. Parting shot. Lisa, what do you got?
All right. So burnout, which is what we started talking about, is an individual response to a systems problem. So please stop trying to treat burnout by telling the victim that they are the ones who have to make all the change.
Right. So, it's like, hey, swim better. It's like, I'm drowning. That math doesn't. Also, the phrase pull yourself up by the bootstraps. You've studied physics. That's not how that works. That doesn't work. Picture that. Lay down on the floor and pull yourself up by your shoelaces. It's not a thing. It's not an effective way to get up off the ground.
Not so much.
We'll have you back because we didn't really get in on that because of time, because I wanted to do this preview. But I feel like we could do a whole hour on that topic you just tipped off.
I'd love to.
And that's how you make sure you get asked back on a podcast, is a little nugget that brings us back to the next episode. Thank you for doing this. Good luck. Let's hydrate early. Eat big breakfast, Lisa, because you got a long one day. That's a long day for Lisa. Perfect.
But you know what? I'm gonna have so much fun the rest of the conference. And
of course you are, because you're gonna be done.
You there? What?
You're gonna be done at day one. Like, now you can just chill.
It's great.
It's great.
Yeah. Stoked to see you there. Stoked to see everybody there. Thank you for helping us get glutes in seats. I think this is a great idea. Keep it up.
And I'm very curious. I'll say this. If someone's still listening to the episode 35 minutes in, if you heard this and then you went to any of Lisa's talks, I want you to do that thing at the end where you're like, where people rush the stage to talk to the presenters, ask them one more question or shake their hand or whatever. I want you to just tell Lisa, I heard you on that ridiculous podcast, and that's why I'm here. That's all I'm looking for. Lisa, have a good day.
You too, Jimmy.
That's it for this one, but we're just getting warmed up. Smash follow, send it to a friend, or crank up the next episode. Want to go deeper? Hit us at ptpintcast.com. Or find us on YouTube and socials at ptpintcast. And legally, none of this was advice. It's for entertainment purposes only. See, Keith, we read the script. Happy now?